Rob and Liz in the morning.
On his radio.
Ben said, I have a question. It's kind of out of the blue. I was at Sam's yesterday. Absolutely no toilet paper. He said, why are we panic buying toilet paper?
I know, right?
Before Milton. And, I was thinking, before the port strike, what was that, last week? And the strike ended up being like a day, that there was no toilet paper. People were panic buying toilet paper because of that, and I guess the storm.
I don't know if it was just solely that, but we had Helene that came through our area, right? And so then Debbie before that, the double smack Savannah, which is, and then you got Milton with the tropical storm stuff that's going to do, outside of what it's going to do to Florida, then you've got our coastline, and I know a lot of people are praying. But I'm thinking, if one person says, I need a lot of toilet paper, then the other person says it, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, we're not going to be able to get toilet paper. Let me stock up.
Right? And, you go to Sam's or Costco or one of those places, BJ's, and you try to get, one pack. Now, it's got 30-some-odd rolls in it or whatever. So you're getting quite a bit. But I've seen the same thing. Like, you go and the pallet is empty, and there's no paper towels. And, oh, my goodness.
All the paper products, right?
Yeah, but the toilet paper, we gotta have that. I can use a rag for the paper towels, not the toilet paper, but we gotta have the toilet paper. So I don't know. I don't get it. Where can we find toilet paper?
Hey, this is Chris. I just think that it's a knee-jerk reaction. I think every time something goes wrong now, we're just gonna run out and buy up all the toilet paper.
Yeah, right. That's about it,
I think so, too. It's like, what did I do last time something went wrong? Tony, he has a pretty good insight. He said, look, the flu season is coming up, and so people are going to need toilet paper. I don't even want to think about that. But he said also, if the power in the water is down, like, during Helene, we can still go to the woods if we have toilet paper.
True.
That is true. Kind of living like Survivor.
Leaves.
You know what? I said the same thing. I'm like, we can use leaves for sure.
Rob and Liz in the morning.
On his radio.
I lost my best friend, my granddad, right? And today, I'm here cleaning out all his stuff. And it made me realise my granddad was a believer, so he's now in heaven with Jesus. All this stuff that he once treasured, it means nothing. He'll be thrown away. And that is what we have to look forward to when you believe in Jesus. You can't take this stuff with you. You can't take it with you. My granddad's treasures once on earth, he now has treasures in heaven. And it put things into perspective for me, because all this stuff, it doesn't matter. It means nothing. The only thing that matters is Jesus.
How touching that his grandpa, he said, he was my best friend. I'm a new grandpa. I have a 3-year-old and a 2-year-old grandkids. They're literally at my house because they evacuated from Florida. And so Wes and Brittany, my son and daughter-in-law, who are police officers, are in Clearwater, having to work and serve and protect during the storm Milton that's coming. And then I hear this because I'm going through a journey myself. And, I'm like, I'm going to be serious and just good honest with you. I've been all over the map with emotions, knowing that there is something growing in my bladder that they have to get out. And there are days that I was thinking, am I going to be around anymore? Am I going to see 2025? And then I have promise and I have hope and I have Jesus. But honestly, you hear cancer and you start going through all these emotions. And I hear this from this guy. And I'm like, I want to be that kind of granddad to my grandkids, to be their best friend and to show them Jesus. That's what I've been hoping and praying for.
Rob and Liz in the morning.
On his radio.
Hey, listen, man, I just want to tell y'all what y'all did with this share-a-thon was about the classiest thing y'all could have done. I can promise you one thing, till the day I die, my $30 a month will keep coming in, and I just really appreciate y'all so showing class for the people.
Wow, thank you so much. Mm-hmm. What he's referring to is that we had a share-a-thon scheduled for this day, or for this week. We're actually going to start it yesterday, but it's like, listen, the relief effort is paramount with Hurricane Helene. We didn't even know Milton was going to do what it's going to do. And it's like, man, it's the time now is to help people and to bring hope and to bring recovery and relief and hope. Jesus is the answer to it all. And so it's like, we're going to put Sherathon aside. Some people have been supporting us. They're like, thank you for doing what you're doing. Like he did. He's like, I'm $30 a month, man. So he's hisradio.com and the My His Radio app, or even texting the word give to 800-447-7234. But we're like, no, the time now is to bring hope and to bring encouragement. And we're so grateful that you've been there helping us with all the updates and everything that's been going on with your church, with the relief efforts in Western North Carolina. And now, since we have Milton staring down, the peninsula of Florida and Central Florida, and then all the tropical storm warnings up and down the coast of the Carolinas and Georgia, we're definitely here, and we're praying big time.
Rob and Lizz in the morning.
On His Radio.
How do you embrace aging? Let's say the first time you ever found a gray hair.
Can we not talk about that?
I know. Well, there's this lady I saw that posted. She just turned 31. She found a gray hair, and she's like thrilled over it. She's like, hey, I'm embracing getting older. I'm not going to run from it.
And that's a great attitude. I have a cousin who, for the last couple of decades, honestly, I think it must have been her late 20s, early 30s, where she got a gray hair. It looks great on her, and she loves it. I mean, she embraces it. I do not embrace it so much. I'm sorry. I just don't. Miss Clairol is my friend.
I have a friend whose wife went all gray. It's like, you know what? I'm just going to see what this looks like. And she's like, I really like this. Now, a couple of months later, after doing the all gray thing, she darkened her hair back up, but she was like embracing it. It's like, I really like this. Journeyed the whole thing on her stories on her Instagram.
And that's really cool. I have thought about it because, I have a couple, just a couple, and I get them colored. And I've thought it would be so much easier just to do the gray thing. To me, I still have to go in and have it touched up a little bit, but I'm scared. I really am scared to go all gray.
Getting older is tough, but after you get over a certain age, you're like, whatever. I don't care anymore.
Maybe for you, but I do have a theory. I do believe that God has taken our eyesight away slowly as we get older, so we don't see what's happening on our faces and our hair.
I just kind of like the filters that I have on Zoom.
This is Brandon. I don't call them gray hairs. I call them chrome. I'm going chrome, not gray.
Okay. I'm just going chrome. I got a lot of chrome myself.
Oh, I love that. And it is all about perspective. Maybe if I called it chrome or something platinum, silver, okay, maybe I could embrace it a little more. But for me, I'm probably going to keep coloring for a while.
Good morning, y'all. This is Pauline. Just wanted to say I like to call mine wisdom highlights. That's all. Have a great day.
Yeah, it's still gray, but wisdom highlights.
Rob and Lizz in the morning.
On His Radio.
Okay, I don't know if this works or not, but I'm going to try it. Evidently, when the kid is having a total meltdown, we're talking like a little kid, your child, having a total meltdown, in the middle of that tantrum, you can say 2 plus 2. What is 2 plus 2? What is 3 plus 3? It's very simple math equations. Reset the kids kind of like where they are, their brain a little bit, so that they look at you like, are you kidding me? And they answer. It can stop a tantrum.
For how old?
I'm not going to say it's going to work for a 16-year-old because at that point they shouldn't be doing tantrums. And if they do, you can just take the keys to the car.
There are toddlers in my house right now because they evacuated from Florida. So we have grandkids in our house, 2 and 3 years old. And if that starts up, I just ask if they can help me with something. I said, hey, Jackson, yes, I need your help in this. And then that kind of resets a little bit. You know what Scott does? He uses cheese.
I wish I'd known about this when my kids were younger, but I've seen this video. They show crying babies and infants, toddlers, and they take like a piece of cheese, like a Kraft single, and they just fling it, and it sticks to their head, and they're just so shocked when it happens, they stop crying. So you got these kids with cheese on top of their heads.
It's one of my least favorite things on
And
social.
I thought, man, as a parent, that would be so cool. That is such a dad thing to just whip out
Such
the
a dad
cheese
thing.
and just go boom.
Thank you for saying that. That is such a dad thing. Probably I do know moms that would do it, maybe in my own family. I don't know. But it's hilarious to watch, but it better not happen in my house. I will say all of these, so much better than what we dealt with as kids. Pancake Turner, anybody?
Rob and Lizz in the morning.
On his radio.
I don't know. I think these are a part of Happy Meals, but back in the mid 80s, they came out this time of year with these Boo Bucket things at Mickey D's.
They did.
Then they went through nostalgia, a couple of years ago, and Mickey D's is like, let's bring them back. And so they had these Boo Buckets a couple of years ago. Now they're coming back with them, and they're making a little modern twist to these Boo Bucket things. Is that a part of the Happy Meal? Is that what that is?
It is. So when you get the Happy Meal, because I get them, and especially when they put those Boo Buckets out, I love these things, but they'll put your cheeseburger and your fries down in the Boo Bucket. So this year, they're kind of taking off on like a Monsters, Inc. kind of a monstery face, or the
for real?
Cookie Monster, that kind of stuff. So it's those more friendly, cartoony kind of monsters.
I like that a lot better. And then you
I
can
do
bring
too.
those to the churches and the trunk or treats and all that other stuff that you bring your kids to.
Exactly. And they have only had 3 at a time. And this time they have added a blue one. So I think it's like white, orange, blue, and green. And if you're somebody who wants to get them all, obviously, then you got to get another Happy Meal.
Are they like they'll just pick one and give it to you, or is it like a certain week they're the same ones?
They don't release them, I don't believe. They do go on sale. I think it's Tuesday. The 15th is when you're going to be able to start getting them. But I think it is sort of you just show up and you get what you get.